Toshan, thank you very much for being on my show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I love to hear more about your story. Hi everyone, this is Aditya. So today I'm here with Tyson George, who is a 16-year-old kid who started selling on Kijiji, stuff on Kijiji at the age of 9, and he purchased 2 townhouses in London, Ontario at the age of 16, where he is right now with me. So let's gonna hear his story. Can you tell about how did you started and where you started and why did you purchase townhouses and where you are? So
For sure. So basically, I just started saving up my birthday and Christmas money,
Mhm.
and then when I was 9 years old, I had about $500 or $600,
Mhm.
and my grandfather asked me if I wanted to go to an auction,
okay.
and I bought a Filter Queen vacuum for $80 and sold it
Wow.
on Kijiji for $250.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So you made profit almost like $175.
So just seeing how I could take something at one price and sell it for more was
Mhm.
motivating for me.
Okay.
And then I started going to auctions every Tuesday, and then it came springtime, and so I started going to garage sales every Saturday.
Okay.
And I just kept buying things low and selling it for more.
Mhm.
And then my grandfather bought me a red wagon when I was 10,
Okay.
and I started taking it around every day, every garbage day in my neighborhood,
Mhm.
and I would pick up furniture or things that people were throwing out,
Yeah.
and I would fix it all up and sell it on Kijiji for more money.
Man.
And-
and that is at the age of 9.
So this was at 10, but yeah, I started
My
when I was
God.
9.
I wish I would have started at that age. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably just playing in the streets. Man, that's awesome. Okay, continue.
So yeah, and then I started hearing about just talking to people about real estate. And so when I was 11,
Mhm.
I heard the word leveraging. And so I asked my dad, I said, Dad, what does leveraging
God.
mean? And so he sat me down at the kitchen table with a pen and paper,
Mhm.
and he wrote out and explained what leveraging was. And so at 11 years old, I made it my goal to own an investment property.
Okay.
And so over the years, I kept buying and selling. I worked door to door when I was 14 for 7 months selling beef. And everything I made, I saved 95% of it and then kept very small amount for my own spending.
Okay.
And I made sacrifices over the years. For example, if I got paid $520,
Mhm.
instead of going to the mall on a shopping spree or buying that PS4, I would save 500 of it and only spend 20 of it on food or whatever.
Man.
So just, yeah.
Sorry, I have to interrupt you here.
Yeah,
Like,
no worries.
that mindset, it's crazy. I started that just 2 years ago. I'm like 28. Like, I wish I should have started so early. Man. Okay.
So yeah, and I just kept that goal in mind of me wanting to own a townhouse. So whenever I did get paid and I did want to go spend it on PS4 or video games or clothes or something, I kept that goal in mind of where I wanted to be in life, which was to own income property. And so anytime I wanted to buy something, I'd say no, because if I buy this, then I won't be able to get to where I want to be.
Yeah.
And then when I was 15, I had enough for a down payment on a townhouse in December 2017, and bought a second townhouse last June 2018.
Oh, wow.
And really my biggest goal is to inspire others. And like yourself, you say, I just started a couple years ago, I wish I started when I was younger.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it. I want to inspire people to start now, so that in the future they don't have to
That's
say that.
awesome. That's awesome. I want to stop you right there. So you purchased your house, first townhouse, in 2017, you said, right?
Correct, yeah.
So what was the obstacles that you faced, because you're like literally 15 at that moment, right? So 15 years old guy looking for a property, because it's like no one will really take you seriously. So what was the struggles, like how did you overcome them?
So yeah, I'd say over the years the biggest struggle was really saving money and then looking for a property that I could make a good return on monthly, as well as I felt it would go up in value for long term. And so just searching through things such as Kijiji and Facebook, looking on real estate websites, and then I saw one that seemed to me what was a reasonable price, and so I did some research on it. I asked my mom what she thinks of it, and she did a little bit more research because she's a real estate agent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we said we'd like to come see it.
Okay.
And I told them that I wanted to buy it, and that's pretty much it. It wasn't too difficult.
That's awesome. So you had like someone who is mentoring you, right? Like indirectly.
Not necessarily. I'd say just doing research on my own and talking to different people,
Yeah.
as well as having the support of my parents.
Okay.
Um,
That's cool. So you leveraged even your parents' skills.
yeah.
That's awesome. I love that story. I cannot stop saying this, but that's crazy.
Thank you.
So now you purchased your first property, and you said you purchased in December 2017, and you purchased the second one in June, like, which is
Yeah.
only 6 months period. Then how did you make that? Because you saved all the money for how many years? Like 4 years,
5 years.
5 years,
Yeah.
and you purchased your first one. And in like what happened in that short period? How did you purchase?
So a couple different things happened. So I hadn't have used all my money on the first townhouse, so I still had some left over that I wanted to use for another one. But within that 6 months, I still kept working lots of hours with different jobs. And what I did is I saw a townhouse that was really cheap. It was 120,000, and I saw it on a Tuesday evening.
Okay.
And offers were due Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And I saw the townhouse at 5 p.m. So I had 1 hour to figure out where I'm going to get all the money.
Okay.
And whether I want to buy
Yeah.
the townhouse, and then I had to put in an offer. And so what I did is I got I had enough for a down payment for it. And
How much is it? Like 5% down or
it was 20% down.
20% down? Okay.
Yeah, so it was about 20 grand. And then I went to a private lender and said, because it would have been, what the notice wasn't enough to get a mortgage.
Okay.
So I asked a private lender to lend me the money at a higher interest rate for a year.
Okay.
And then my plan is to pull equity out of my first property and use that towards getting a mortgage on my second property.
Okay. So you got private money and the money you have left over from the first, after the first sale, so use that for the second purchase.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. So again, the question goes back to, because you're like still 15 and now 16, how did you know that, like, private money, and how did you know if that property is right for you? Like, how did you pull that trigger? Because some people, the reason I'm asking that, I know some people who are like literally in 30s and 40s, they don't have that enough strength to pull that trigger. You made it like at 16,
So it's important to take risks, and what I did is I did a lot of research on my own, and I looked at where I want to be in life when I'm 25, 30 years old, and if I want to be successful, and if I want to be there, then there's things that I have to do now to reach that goal.
Man, that's
and
awesome.
some of those things require me sitting at home watching YouTube videos about how to get loans, how to save money in private lending, looking at influencers that have done it before, using my resources such as parents, my teachers, and people around me, and just always non-stop learning, reading books.
Man.
And
Sorry, I have to hold on here. So you're 16 and you're talking about watching YouTube, not the comedy or some, some shows. You're talking about educational videos.
Yeah.
And you're talking about non-fictional books. Man, I feel like you are 16, but your soul is like 30,
Yeah.
35. That's awesome, man. Just high five for that.
Thank
Really,
you.
if anyone watching this video, if you're a young guy, man, if you are like this, you're gonna have a wonderful life. I'm pretty strong about that. Sorry. So whom do you watch out for? Like, who is your role model?
So my role model is Grant Cardone. He's 60 years old, and he's big into real estate. And he started in his mid to late 20s.
Okay.
And so he's a huge inspiration as mine. And he's all about hustling and getting things done and working hard so that way you can have an easier life later on.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And one more thing I heard when we were discussing about you, you said you have a goal, big goal, 30 years. So what's that goal?
So my goal is to own 100 units by the age of 30. And so instead of just having that goal, I break it down. So I look at what do I need to do 5 years from now to achieve that goal? What do I need to do a year from now? What do I need to do a month? What do I need to do today to be able to get to that goal? And step by step, what do I need to do to reach that goal? And that's what helps me stay driven and on task.
That's awesome. So now you have a plan. So did you write it down, or did someone tell you what are those plans? Or
So no, I came up with the plan myself and then writing it down and putting it on my night table somewhere where I can constantly be reminded of it.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome. You know what? I can strongly see by talking to you, no question that you're gonna hit. I believe like you can even you'll be buying more than 100. I'm sure, and I really wish you a good luck with your career.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for being on show. I'm sure your story gonna inspire so many people. And guys, if someone wants to reach out to you, so what's the best way?
So you can reach me on Facebook. My name is Tyson George, or you can email me at tycontyson@hotmail.com, TYCONTYSON@hotmail.com, or even on Instagram, TYSN.7.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the links below. And also guys, if let me know what you guys think about his story in the comments below. I'm literally pumped up with this story. I'm up, man. I'm gonna shout out about your story for every young guy I'm gonna meet. So man, awesome. Once again, high five and good luck with your career.
Thank you.